There is something out there that Mr. Ray Dalio talked about on his interview called the New World Order, and it affects everyone's pockets. In this video, I will explain to you what it is, but more importantly, we will talk about how to make more money. Hi there, welcome to the channel The Foreigner in America, where I teach locals and foreigners everything related to money and personal finances, including investing in the markets, cryptos, real estate, and businesses. So if you're someone like myself who wants to achieve greater wealth in life, you don't settle for pennies but for Benjamins, and you love money, please subscribe to this great channel and hit that bell so you don't miss any one of my weekly videos. Also check out my Instagram and TikTok at The Foreigner in America and my blog under the same name. So without further ado, let's begin. If you think this video is about a new world order, meaning a dictatorship taking control of the entire world and telling you what to wear, what to eat, and where to spend money on, and take away all your assets and put you into hard labor for a piece of bread, that's not it. We're talking about economy a little bit here. That's why they did this interview not so long ago with Mr. Ray Dalio, billionaire investor from Bridgewater and Associates, who he founded in 1972. So what is exactly a world order? It's a system of rules from which everyone abides to in relationship to money. Money is power. Everyone knows that. And although I hear a lot of people saying that on the internet that cash is trash, trust me, he who has the cash is king. And whether it's well invested or not, just by having it in your account makes you powerful. The current world order has America on the top. After World War II, when we attacked Japan, there was something called the Bretton Woods Agreement, where we placed the dollar as the main currency called the world reserve currency. What this means is that the US dollar is accepted anywhere in the world, either using it to pay or exchanging it for the local currency. Except for some countries like Great Britain, the US dollar is usually strong compared to the other world currencies. If there's a change on the world reserve currency, that means that they want to eliminate the dollar or add a second one. And people will ask, when is this all happening? It's a conspiracy theory. I mean, not quite. And we don't have a clear indication when this is happening. Mr. Dalio says it will happen in his lifetime. So, I mean, he's 72, so it might not take more than 10 to 15 years. Or maybe he thinks he'll live to be 110. We never know. In all of world's history, it has only happened 3 times before, with the Dutch Empire, the British Empire, and the American Empire, being that one in 1944. There are stages for this to happen. You got the rise, the top, and the decline. All of them happen in approximately 250 years. The problem is that America right now is on a decline stage, unfortunately, and it's declining very fast. Let me explain to you the 3. On the rise, a group of people come into power, they consolidate it, and they unite a country under a single cause of being productive. If you ask me, America's rise was in 1944 when we, as a country, developed the most destructive weapon that ever existed and devastated 2 Japanese cities with them. Not a pretty sight, but we showed the world that America was powerful. When a country is on the top, it means that they start spending a lot of money to keep it up. And borrowing is one of the country's main issue, because since they can borrow all the money they want and print all the money they want, it weakens their economy. Hence, what has happened in the last year. Excessive borrowing leads to inflation and then to bubbles bursting and economy suffering. Any of this sounds familiar? When bubbles burst and economies start shaking and you have weak leaders, everything compiles together and you start the decline stage in which America is on. A few very rich people and a lot of poor people and growing, a middle class that has high probability of turning poor rather than staying middle class, and adding all the money printing makes a competitor want to take over as the world reserve currency. And this competitor of ours is China. Why do you think China overruled Bitcoin and just prevented it from happening? They understand that once the dollar is weak, if everyone switches to Bitcoin, then that could become the next world reserve currency and not their yuan. And this is where the next part of this video begins. What to do to make more money? Important question, and even more important now that we're experiencing high inflation and money printing. There are winners and losers in today's economy. The losers are the employees that only have one single source of income and it's low. If you're an employee that makes $250,000 a year and it's your only source of income, I have no problem with you. You can live well and probably invest more than half of your income to generate more money. That is the cutoff, $250,000, because that's what the institutions look for as accredited investors. But if you're one of the many unfortunates that has a job that doesn't pay well, has a lot of living expenses, debt and problems, lives paycheck to paycheck and cannot save or invest, then you are in deep problems with this economy. Everything is getting more and more expensive, meaning your dollars are shrinking. Having a single source of income and that source being low is the worst situation to be. So how can you get better? Great question. You must get a second source of income. It is imperative that you do, but not a second job where you still make no money. You have to find a way to attract more money. You need to find a way to make money online. You need to find a mentor. If you make $10 an hour and you get a second job for $5, that won't change anything. You have to learn some sales, learn high income skills that can project you to $20, $30, $40, $50 an hour. Who are the winners? How can you become one of the winners? When the economy is not well and you have high inflation, the asset prices go up. Meaning if you own a house, your house will be more and more valuable every year and your mortgage payment will not change. That's a win. If you rent, be prepared to have a rent hike or be moving from place to place every year. What about investments? Well, index funds and mutual funds are not gonna cut it, because between inflation and fees, you're making like less than 3 to 5% return, which is nothing. I've always told you the best investments are digital investments like cryptos and NFTs, as well as stocks of particular companies that have control over the metaverse, the future of virtual reality for billions of people. The other investments, which is and will always be king, is real estate. I know I'm always repeating myself, but trust me, he who owns the properties and land is king. How many renters are we having in America after the rates start to rise? Property prices are not dropping and rates go up, meaning affording a home is getting impossible for many. People will keep renting forever. It is what it is. If you own the properties and pay them off in time, you can live a really good life with no worries. You're talking about secondary source of income. How does $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month from rents sound for you? Do you know how hard it is to with dividends at the 2%? But you have to start with a very small house that doesn't look that nice and practice and save. Investing in someone else's business is also a great idea. That is why it's so important that you open your horizon and meet other people. If 100% of the people you hang out with are broke and poor, that will only contaminate you. You need to find new friends who are not struggling with money and can teach you a thing or two. I'm not saying you should pull the middle finger to everyone because you're better. I'm saying get more friends who have money. Let me tell you the recount in my Foreigner Insight for this video. So, investing in other people's businesses or starting your own, buying cryptos, which could be the next world reserve currency, talking about Bitcoin, buying solid properties to rent, buying stocks directly related to the metaverse, and buying NFTs. Also, getting a high paying job doesn't hurt, but you gotta have something valuable that will make companies pay you the $250,000 per year that I was talking about. Learn what it is. For me, it's sales. But remember, take control of your life and take control of your money. So thanks a lot for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you found it useful, give me a like, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell so you miss any one of my videos as soon as they come up. And have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine. Don't lose any money. And I'll see you next time.